Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. The two are interchangeable. Well, welcome to the next installment of Thursday Fry Up tonight. And of course, this is quite a special moment, isn't it? Particularly in USA electoral history, with a very important debate happening tonight between Joe Biden and, of course, Duck L'Orange this evening. So this could be very, very interesting. But beforehand, before we delve into that, before we have to delve into that, let's not forget that there is a UK election about to start on the 4th of July. Yeah, 4th of July, American Independence Day. And at the moment, it is looking dire, dreadful for the Tories. Now, listen, I am not normally a kind of a schadenfreude kind of guy, you know. Normally when, you know, misfortune or various different things happen to people, I normally have compassion and, you know, stuff like that, because, you know, we can all face misfortune at some time in our lives, eh? Yeah, where, you know, when we're down here on Earth School, something untoward is bound to happen at some point. Yeah, it's very, very rare, you know, not to spend your whole life on Earth School without something happening. Yeah, but the Tories, now remember what I said, as you know, repeat after me. Pluto is in sidereal Capricorn. Yes, dear people, you know this. You've heard me talking about this ad nauseum. 49% of the world's population would have voted by the end of the year. Yeah, we're seeing tremendous upheavals, composting in politics, things breaking down, weird stuff happening, the maggots and the beetles coming out, things going further to the right, but also revelations, scandals coming out as well. And I also said, when Uranus enters sidereal Taurus, which he did on the 1st of June 2024, I said it could also mean physical earthquakes, but it could also mean political earthquakes around the world. Well, guess what? This is a massive one coming up for the Tories. Yeah. And what I would say is this: I wish them every kind of ruin, catastrophe, and misfortune that could ever be invented by the human mind. Yeah. They're saying that the Tories may even get less than 50 seats. Yeah, I'll be surprised if it's down that low. But, you know, they could come third. I hope they come fourth, but they could come third, which means the Liberal Democrats will become the official opposition. Now, what really they deserve for what they've done and what they've facilitated is disembowelment, evisceration, you know, all the guts pulled out, hung, drawn and quartered, burnt, and then scattered to the four corners of the earth. Old school. I know that's very kind of vivid and violent language, folks. Forgive me, indulge me. But let me tell you, and I've got people who work in government, in the UK Parliament, and they are in agreement with me when they say this is the worst party that we've had ever. 14 years of utter dross, drivel, and incompetence. Anyway, so there's that part there. Indulge me while I give a quick shout out to people. As you know, Thursdays is my busy day. It's also my client consultation day. So I just want to give a little shout out to Kiola. We had a great chat on the tarot. You know, good luck for everything on Monday, like we were talking about. Naomi, thank you. And Susan today as well. So, you know, their charts there. That's what I was up to today. And I've got your questions here. So there's quite a lot to get through. So I'm going to see if I can go at a good lick. Yeah, I've got, well, actually, that's just page one. Look, there's more there's more on this side as well. So we've got a few more to get through. Thank you. Where are you, Shivani? Oh, I should forgot to let me just see here, Shivani. Oh, What's this someone saying here? A plague on both their houses. Yeah, yeah. You know, no one's feeling that hot about Labour either, to be honest. But you know, you know, the Tories just have to go, have to go. Oh, Phyllis is saying, I bought the hardcover, love it. Oh, thank you. Well, look here. This is the paper book, paperback. It's there. So of course, if you've not got the book yet and you want to get stuck in, dive in. It has been on special offer, but it's going to be ending tonight. So I don't know if it will end tonight or if it will show in the morning. So you might be able to do an Indiana Jones and kind of roll under before that special offer is off. So it was $5 off the paperback, $5 off the hardback. The digital book was on a special deal, 99p, and then it's crept back up to its original price. So it has gone back up there. But for those of you, if you've not got it yet, go for it. Oh, the reviews have just been fabulous. So big love to everyone. Thank you so much for sharing the book. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it and the wonderful reviews. It's fabulous. Shivani said something here. Where is she? Oh, here we are. So look, so Shivani says, hey Hogarth, I've got someone on Amazon Prime to order your book for me. Gratitude for the discount window. Got the hardcover. Ah, thank you. Thank you very, very much. So anyway, it's all there. You guys know where it is. The Candid Guide to Neo-Vedic Astrology. And guess what? As you know me, busy bee as I am, I'm already doing research for the next book. Yeah, but don't get excited yet. That's not out till next year. Anyway, let's dive in to the content. Now, we're going to kind of try and whip through this. So just to give you an overview of where we're going in the esoteric aeroplane this evening. Let's see if I can squeeze it all in. So the first place we're going is Belize. There's a question about that. Next one is Europe and its future. There's a question on gene therapy, and I can talk specifically about where Saturn has been and why that is so relevant. Russian satellites in the sky. Trump nomination, will it be smooth? Will it be smooth, or will there be shenanigans? Then there's stuff about Bolivia. Oh my goodness. And then there's a question in at the end, see if I can squeeze that in, which is asking whether or not either nominee will be the president in the end of the United States. Ooh, ooh. All right, so let's begin. Now, there's many of you here, but obviously I want to get through this content. So everyone's piling in the chat. And of course, I'll do some shout outs in a bit. So let's start with Belize. All right. So this question has come in from Renee Dubner. I think that's it. So she says, hi, Hogarth. I live in San Pedro, Belize, the tourism and income generator for the entire country. The reef and wildlife make it an ecological gem, but rampant development is taking over. It's very greed driven. Yeah, a lot of that as well. Remember, Pluto was to do greed, corruption, all of this stuff. What is San Pedro's future? Can it be developed sustainably? Thanks. So let's have a look. Yeah, let's get the old cards out and have a chop. All right. So the question is, Belize, can it be sustained? Can it be developed sustainably? Yeah. Can it be developed sustainably? Remember, there's a lot of billionaires around, a lot of billionaires and multi-millionaires, you know, who are basically not paying that much tax, to be honest, you know, who need to put their cash somewhere. Politically, especially as if America does become politically more stable, I also see quite a lot of people moving to Central America, well, South Mexico, but Central and South America as well. So they may actually benefit, ironically. But it's not that ironic, is it? I mean, it's pretty obvious. All right, Belize, can they develop sustainably? Let's see what the energy is. Pull down my laptop. Oh my God, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. Oh, this laptop is falling to bits. It's got this kind of crack in it, and then the lid won't even flip properly. So time for a new one anyway. All right, let's see what's going on. I would normally flip it down, but Oh, no, no, no. I don't trust it. It's not doing well. All right. You see, I'll just pick like this. All right. Belize. Belize. What's going on with Belize? What's going on with Belize? Can it be developed sustainably? And now I can understand it's tempting for Belize, yeah? Central American country, if I remember correctly. All right, here we are. This is pretty clear. Very interesting. All right, if we look here, situation with Belize, can it be sustained? Can it be developed sustainably? We get the 5 of Swords here, which unfortunately is about what? Abuses of power. Yeah, abuses of power. Let me just turn my light slightly off to the side because these cards are so blooming shiny. You can barely, there we go. So yes, so this shows to me that within, there's probably a bit of exploitation going on, unfortunately. Yeah. And some people either in positions of authority or in the government could be potentially, this would suggest they might be abusing their power, which is what you've been suggesting. Yeah. So you can see spirits listening in. If we look here, though, the next card that comes out, oh, it's the Tower. Yeah, it's the Tower moment. So, but this is turning up in the obstacle position, which actually you can consider it reversed. Now, when the Tower is reversed, it's, believe it or not, it's not quite as bad. It's not quite as bad. This, when it's this way, when it's the right way up, this is sudden shocks and surprises and stuff like that, which you can't control or anticipate. Yeah, I also associate this card with planet Uranus. Yeah, but when it's reversed, what it means is there are these changes. There are these changes that come, necessary changes, but it might end up being slightly better than one would expect. Yeah, it all depends on the context of the card. Particularly the one that's before, but this is also in the context of an abuse of power. So let's just say, yes, there are abuses of power, which is causing transformation, but if regulated, maybe it may not be all so bad. Yeah, so there's a bit of good mixed in with the bad there. The other card just emphasizes this all the more. So if we look here, we've got the Lovers card. As you know, I have to cover the naughty bits. So this is the Lovers. Now, remember, the Lovers isn't just relationships. Remember as well, I also associate this card with trade, goods, imports, and exports. The economy, how relevant. So, of course, this is going to have an impact on the economy of Belize. Particularly, you know, if you get these luxury apartments and all of this stuff and ecotourism and yada, yada, you know, but that will also as well bring in trade and money as well, because we can see here, this is, for me, the Lovers card also represents trade, imports, exports. So we can see that's there as well. However, if we look here, we get the 4 of Swords. Now, this is a card of reflection, contemplation, potentially being wounded in battle, but it's also a card of meditation and stuff like that. So what this suggests is that the Belize, is it Belizean? Forgive me, I don't know the actual collective, but let's just say the government of Belize needs to reflect. Yeah, they need to reflect and not go too crazy. Let it all just be wild and corrupt. Yeah, letting people just abuse their power. Yeah, which could be like a Tower moment, messing things up a little bit, because they do want the trade, they do want the imports and the exports, but they need to meditate on this. They need to think about this. They need not to rush. Yeah, this is also a card of sleep. But then the outcome card, look, is major arcana again. So this is actually 3 major arcana out of 5. And we have the moon, so nothing being clear by moonlight. So I think there's a bit of subterfuge, abuses of power going on in order to get the trade. So here we see Michigas, things not being clear by moonlight. The government has reflected and thought about this, but what they're really thinking about is the trade, yeah, the trades and the potential relationships. They are prepared maybe to even have a little bit of a destruction of the environment because there's abuses of power, but it will also help with the economy as well. So it's like a mixed energy. Yeah, it's a mixed energy there, but really there's a bit of there's a bit of dodgy stuff going on, but hopefully it will lead to good. So I hope that was useful for you answering that question. Let's see who else is in the chat. So we've got Fatima here who's saying blessings, Hogarth. Thank you. Oh, someone's saying greetings from Atlanta. Hot political debate here tonight. Oh yeah, it's going to get very juicy, folks. Very juicy. And Debbie Stokes says, hi, Hoagie and everyone. Thanks for sharing with us. I'm grateful. Thank you. Our pleasure. And then it was, the plague on all their houses. Honestly, political earthquakes. We could be seeing the obliterate. I'll be a stop. Listen, not even Jesus could save the Tory party right now. Honestly, it would be the equivalent of parting the Red Sea, feeding the 5,000, turning the water into wine, and every other miracle that that Jesus been able to perform. But he's not going to be able to save the Tory party, I'll tell you that. This is one that is beyond even his powers. Anyway, forgive me. Let's move on to Europe's future. Yeah, as I scroll down. Oh yeah, look, someone's saying here, Connie B said, I had to tape my laptop together, but it was coming apart at the seams. Can't close it either. Yeah, it's just, for some reason, it's just burst at the corner. And all it has to do is open and close, and I keep it open for the majority of the time. Like, why can't they design it so the hinge works? I mean, it's not rocket science, really, isn't it? Question for Friday: is there something fishy with all these recent brutal murders by Venezuela? Is there a gang to terrorize? Well, of course, yeah, there will be stuff like that. Right, let's move on. Sorry to because I've got all these questions here, but your answer is yes. Yeah, right. Europe. Nick Minks asks, European leaders are due to announce their choices for the top jobs at the EU helm at a 2-day summit in Brussels. Of course, it's always Brussels, isn't it? With current Commission President Ursula von der Leyen set to be nominated for a second mandate. Ooh. However, Viktor Orban of Hungary, and Meloni, which is she's the president of Italy. It's either president or prime minister, but it's the top job. She's got the top job. Meloni of Italy don't support those choices. What does the future of Europe, what does the future hold for Europe after recent elections, and will stability be achieved? Oh, good question. Now remember what I've been saying, folks. Pluto is in Capricorn. Capricorn deals with government. This is why we're seeing all the governments around the world, starting to move a little bit to moving to the right, because it does talk about the shadow, of course, is fascism, but it's not just that. Capricorn is a conservative sign. It deals with old things, old institutions. That's why, for example, the royal family. I mean, look at the dramas that have been happening there. Princess Anne fell off her horse the other day, bashed her head, and now she's got concussion. So you see all of these dramas with old institutions. The Tory party is one of the oldest political parties going. I think it's about 300 years old, if not that, falling apart at the seams. Yeah. So lots of old things are breaking down. Yeah. Anything that's old and whatever is kind of breaking down. Anyway, Europe. What does this mean for Europe? So it means people are going to want to bring now. Capricorn is all about rules, regulations, borders, stuff like that. What's going on in the world? Everyone's talking about borders because of immigration, etc. All of this stuff. So you see how it follows. So but it doesn't mean it's all universally conservative either. But you'll notice there's a strong conservative bent to all of this. All right, Europe. Let's see what's going on with Europe here. Europe. What is the future of Europe? Von der Leyen looks like she might be nominated again, but there's resistance from Meloni and Orban. So Meloni is the leader of the more right-wing politics in Italy, and Viktor Orban, you all know, he's authoritarian. Yeah. And now, of course, in France, let's not forget France, because of Macron's petulance, the far right could come in France. And once that happens, then, you know, that's going to be a lot. Ooh, Europe. Oh, interesting. Interesting. All right, here we go. Page of Cups, which we all know, I call this stinky fish, yeah. So an unpleasant message, yeah. So I think there's going to be some more continuation of unpleasant surprises in Europe, yeah. Unfortunately, so there could be more gains for the right, etc., and all of that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, people are voting where they want to vote. So there might be a few more surprises here. This may also be a little bit of a surprise for von der Leyen, yeah, because obviously, Meloni and Orban are not, doesn't seem like they're so hot on her. But either way, there could be a few surprises. Oh, there's 300 of you joining me now. If we look here in the obstacle position, we actually get the Judgment card. So, but look, this can also be the card of what? The wake-up call. You can see here, here's everyone, rising up from the dead. So in this context, it's almost like these old clarion calls, old messages of old, because remember, Capricorn deals with old things. So old ideas, old concepts coming back. And for me, in many ways, this is almost like the wake-up call for maybe the rise of the right in Europe, yeah, because it's also showing up in the obstacle position. So I think this is literally talking about the uprising of the right, as it were, in Europe, and this being an unpleasant message. In the middle, though, we do have the smug merchant, yeah, the smug merchant in the middle, but this is also a card of wish fulfillment and satisfaction. So again, to me, this is almost like, look, this is coordinated, guys. All of this stuff is coordinated. The far right in Europe is working with the far right in America. The far right in America is working, they're collaborating, yeah? So here, this is about what? Wish fulfillment. So they're trying to make their wishes come true. Let's not forget, too, as well, in the UK, they won't get many seats, but Nigel Farage, for example, he's probably going to win in Clacton, and, he's going to be putting a cat amongst the pigeons, and he's to the right of politics as well. However, if we look here, we have the Ace of Wands, which can mean a fertile new beginning. Yeah, a fertile new beginning. So I think in many ways, Europe is going to try and reconfigure itself, rejig itself, reinvent itself. But it could have more of a flavor of the right. Yeah. But if I remember correctly, I think von der Leyen is center right, not far right, but center right. But either way, still a strong whiff of the right. Yeah. And then if we look here, we see things moving forward at pace. So this can also deal with things like, things like, could talk about the economy. It can also talk about communication, politics, things moving at pace. So I think this is something that is going to speed up. So I just think, particularly as well, look, let's think about it. Yeah, let's just be logical. There is a very good chance that the Parliament of France is going to move to the far right, yeah, and that that young guy Jordan Bardella, do you remember I was telling you about? Remember I said as well, political earthquakes. This guy potentially could become the prime minister. Macron will still be president, but he could become prime minister at the tender age of 28. Yeah, right in time for his Saturn return, 28, 29. Yeah, so this is what I'm kind of like seeing. Yeah, these maybe these unpleasant messages of, a wake-up call for Europe, where the right is getting a bit of a wish fulfillment and they're feeling a bit more energized and things could move quickly. But it doesn't mean it's all universally going to go to the right either. Obviously the left, is still in with a shot. It's just becoming more extreme on either side. So hope that answers your question there. Let's see, some Belize. Now we're going to look at gene therapy, but let's see who else is in the house. Fatima says, wow, amazing, but not sure what that is in reply to. I've forgotten what you may have been saying that to. Artistic world. Greetings, Hoagie from Ireland. Thank you. Oh, the luck of the Irish. You know, I love Ireland. I need to go back. Once upon a time, forgive my digression. I've got friends who live in Ireland. So shout out to Padraig, just in case you're watching, and his wife Imogen and their 2 kids. And I really enjoyed Ireland, and I'd love to go back. And one of the places that I went to was the Ring of Kerry, yeah, which is this, you know, it's this kind of linked together part in southwestern Ireland, there or thereabouts. And I went to a place called Killarney, and I was very lucky because there was a bright, beautiful day, because it rains a lot in Ireland, and it was fairy tale. It was beautiful. The meadows were filled, fidgeting with butterflies. Literally, the meadows were like this. All these butterflies. The cows were coming home, this type of dark brown cow walking past the lake, mooing. In the distance, there was this cliff with a waterfall and a rainbow and everything. Literally, it looked like Fantasia. It looked like the home of the princess, or in those big movies from the 80s. It was fabulous. So always had a soft spot for Ireland. All right, let's look at gene therapy. So Nick Minks has asked, have I read this right? No, yes. A transformational gene therapy that treats the bleeding disorder Haemophilia B is being made available on the NHS in the UK. As your astrology has shown major advances in healing, and this it's shown major advances in healing, and this condition has been exceptionally devastating through the generations. Do the cards show if this is finally being eradicated? All right, so after this, we're going to be talking about Russia, then Duck L'Orange, GOP, and then Bolivia, and then we're going to talk about the presidency itself. All right, so going back to this, I said there will be breakthroughs in medicine, yeah, medicine, health, healing. Why? Because Saturn at the moment is in sidereal Aquarius. So Pluto's going through sidereal Capricorn. In the West, obviously, they're saying it's about to go through back into Aquarius again, because remember, they're 24 degrees ahead. In the West, they're saying Saturn is in Pisces, but he's not. He's actually in Aquarius. And Aquarius deals with the sciences of all kinds. Physics, Newtonian science, but also as well healing modalities, cutting edge technologies. So, and because what is Saturn at the moment is in Uttara Bhadrapada, but he's turning retrograde in 2 days, yeah? 2 days on the 29th of June, 2024. He's currently standing still. So one of my clients today, she was like, why is everything falling apart? And I said, it's because Saturn was literally squatted on her Rahu. Yeah. I mean, bless her. You know, it's been quite challenging, but, you know, anyway, the point is, Saturn is going to go retrograde and is going to go back into the nakshatra of Shatabishak or Shatabisha, which goes from 6 degrees 40 minutes to 19 degrees 59 minutes of sidereal Aquarius. This part of the sky is known as the Sky Watcher, but it also is known as the sign of 100 healers. And that's why I've been saying this whole, I said from November 2023, yeah, when the nodes of the moon changed. I think they changed on the 27th of November, all the way up to like around May 20th, 2025, is all going to be about health and healing. Why? Because Rahu and Ketu are in the Pisces Virgo modality signs, but Saturn is also going to go retrograde back into Shatabishak, which deals with things that are difficult to heal. So, of course, gene therapy involves technology. And this is about healing things that are difficult to heal. So do you see, there's other things as well. There's been all sorts of breakthroughs, but because the politics is so crazy, it barely makes the news. So this is happening. So Saturn is doing his work. Yeah. But anyway, let's just see here. What was the question? That's it. Does this show it finally being eradicated? So this is Haemophilia B. Will it be eradicated by gene therapy? Let's have a look. And then we're going to talk about Russian satellites, and then some Duck L'Orange. And then a couple questions after. All right, gene therapy. Will it, if I've got time, of course, as long as I don't hang around too long. Gene therapy. Will it eradicate? Will it eradicate haemophilia? Which, of course, terrible condition to have. Very difficult. Well, it's in fact, it's incurable. Yeah, so it really fits with that difficult to heal energy. This nakshatra also deals with addictions as well, and sometimes mental health issues and stuff. Anyway. All right. If we look here, we've got Temperance here. So Temperance, a major arcana card, and it's a lovely card. It's all about what establishing balance. Yeah. Here you can see this angel has got one foot in the water, showing the gift of intuition, psychic abilities, and creativity, and another foot on the land, which is dealing with practicality, tangibility, and logic. And here you can see the liquid is moving up and down between the cups. So this deals a lot with alchemy and balancing things out. So of course, this is probably, you know, the gene therapy itself showing its potential, However, when we look what's in the obstacle position. We've got the 9 of Swords here, which is about, look, you can see crying, nightmares, sleepless nights, etc. What this suggests is that it may not work so well at first. Yeah. Because look, you can see this is a card that's stress, denotes stress, nightmares, lack of sleep, worry, yeah, anxiety. So there might be coming up this thing, but there's some element here of anxiety here. But look, we get another major arcana, which we've got the World card here. Oh God, I've got to cover the nipples. Sorry. You know, the algorithm, you know, they're very strict. You know, they don't like anything like that, even on cards. How ridiculous. Anyway. So here's the World card, which deals with what? Endings and beginnings, beginnings and endings. So it does have a potential to end haemophilia. See this as the initial early trials, which could complete something, but there is anxiety there. If we look, though, we'll have to see if it becomes established doctrine, because this is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is all about authority, established doctrines, pontification. This is the Pope literally giving his giving his orders to the ones that are receiving here. So this also talks about orthodoxy. So this is showing the gene therapy, you know, it could be potentially established there in the establishment. Someone's actually saying CRISPR technology. What's this? CRISPR technology is making a lot of discoveries. Yes. And someone else is saying, Killarney country is gorgeous for sure. Do come again, Hergie. Yeah, I will at some point, especially for some cold cannon, which I love. Oh, and the milk is really good out there, folks. Honestly, the milk and dairy in Ireland is just, it's gorgeous. Anyway, just to finish up, if we look here, now look, we get the 5 of Swords, which is talking about an abuse of power. So look, I think it depends how it's used. But it could be one of these things that becomes exorbitantly expensive, and there could be, you know, that profiteering there. So basically, someone's going to basically try and abuse their power with it, probably in the establishment or the regulation authorities, something like that. However, it could bring haemophilia to an end, but there will be anxiety about the treatment, but there are attempting to kind of balancing out. And this deals with alchemy as well. So they are playing with this gene therapy a lot. So I hope that answers the question. All right. So there's that. Gene therapy. Let's see who else is in the old chingwag chit chat. Angela's saying, I hope the world goes back to herbal remedies generally. Yeah, I hope so as well. But it's that thing, you know, that Hierophant. It's the problem is the establishment. Yeah, the establishment, because, you know, you don't make much money off herbs growing at the roadside. Do you know what I mean? You know, and people need to look at that a lot, actually, particularly with this Pluto in Capricorn, showing what the corruptions of big corporations, institutions. Keep your eyes peeled, folks. 29th of March, like I said, is the Great Awakening. There's going to be some absolute whopper stuff happening in the world. at that time, as if we've not already seen enough already. Anyway. Yeah, so someone says, so Lunar Storm is saying, I think the gene therapy / editing will be a two-edged sword. Yes, absolutely, which is probably why that 9 of Swords is showing up. So it will make some progress in some other areas, but again, there is that vulnerability that it could be exploited. You remember that card, where is it now? Let's go back. Sorry, I'm just getting the, here we are. There we go. Yeah, that abuse of power, unfortunately, which we do see, sadly. Big Pharma in particular, does have a track record in this, and that's not controversial or conspiracy theory to say. Just look at the history of these things. Oops, and then oops. Oh, what's going on? 1 minute. Oh, wait. What was that? Oh God, the chat moved. Someone said oops when I think it was the spelling of CRISPR. Anyway, so what's this? Navajos sell herbs at flea market that cure or medicate all kinds of illnesses. This is a 1,000-year practice for my people. Yes, absolutely, Connie. Absolutely. It's all there. It's just that the establishment, the established authority just doesn't like it. There's so many, anyway, you guys know the score. You know the score. All right, let's move on to Russian satellites, and then we're going to talk about Duck L'Orange nomination. All right. So Nick Mink says, the astronauts on the International Space Station. Oh, forgive me. I need to also tell you guys when Saturn will be back in the Nakshatra or Shatabishak, which sits in the middle of sidereal Aquarius. So it's going to be there on or around from the 3rd of October, because he's going retrograde, till November 15th. Then he goes direct again. But it's going to be in this Nakshatra from the 3rd of October to the 27th of December 2024. So this also shows in the fall we could have even more breakthroughs and all of this kind of stuff. Pioneering things to do with science, technology, alien sightings, and this, that, and the other, the whole shebang. Yeah, all of that stuff that goes, that is kind of wacky or futuristic, all of that stuff. AI, new technologies being brought in, particularly by governments, yeah, for either good or bad. But, so there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, back to the question. The astronauts on the International Space Station had to evacuate and head into their docked capsules as a Russian satellite blew up, sending debris towards it. Was this an accident, or was Russia testing out a new way to disrupt other countries' satellites by intentionally blowing up their own? Oh, what a question. In fact, for this, I'm going to use the Rider-Waite as well. And it's just a little bit Rider-Waite Smith deck. Oh, and of course, folks, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share and press the bell notification to help support this channel. It really, really helps. And if you're not able to donate or anything like that, I mean, obviously that's wonderful if you can, but you can also just watch an ad. Just count to 11, yeah, before you skip. Or you can just go and make a coffee and let the ad run, yeah. Right. Oh, look what's on look at that. Look what's on the base of the deck. Did Russia do it? Look, something exploding, yeah? Satellite blew up. Let's see if it comes back. How interesting. All right. Was this a malfunction? Or did Russia deliberately blow up the satellite to test if they could blow up others for entertainment purposes only? If the satellite was very old, then there might be some, well, mind you, but then it could just blow up just because it was a very old satellite, or maybe something hit it. So, we can't ascribe every wrong in the world to Russia. So let's I mean, just in the sense of balance, yeah. All right, let's have a look. Did the Ruskies, did the Russians blow up the satellite, or was it Was it benign? Was it an accident? If the cards are bland, it was probably an accident. If that tower comes back again, or the devil or something like that, or five of swords would also indicate that, or knight of swords could also show that. Let's see what cards they get. Guess what the outcome card is, but I'll read you the other ones first. Typical, eh? Anyway, here we go. This is the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so the Queen of Pentacles is a card very much associated with domesticity, security. You notice how she's looking at that coin. So this is probably talking about Russia. Yeah, Mother Russia. So this is obviously the space race is very important, all of this kind of stuff. But this is also as well, for me, this is also the card of homeland. Yeah, homeland. So this could be talking about the Russian homeland. But look at the obstacle position. The moon. Yeah. Mishigas. Yeah. Things that can't be seen clearly by moonlight. You'll notice here is the dog, here is the wolf. So this is talking about the tamed nature and the untamed nature of man. And the challenge with this card is to walk between the pillars of truth. Yeah. And this is very relevant as well, because the pillars of truth show up in the background of one of the next cards that I'm going to pull. Here you see the lobster coming out of the water, and that can also show the element of the unexpected, the strange, or the unconventional, or weird. So something weird is going on. Yeah, something's not clear in regards to Mother Russia. If we look here, though, we've got the student card in the middle, the Eight of Pentacles. This is the card of diligence, hard work, really putting in the study and the effort. So obviously Russia working very hard on something. Yeah. But look here, we have the death card has shown up. Now, it doesn't always literally mean death, of course, but it does talk about transformation. But do you see here the pillars? Yes, do you see the two pillars return again? But this time the sun is rising between the two. So look, with the moon, there's the two pillars. So we're getting it from this view. And then in the death card, you see they're in the background. Yeah. So this is the new dawn that is rising, but it also means that something old has to die and be reborn again. You'll notice down here, there's the Pope pleading for the king's life who's been crushed underfoot, and the wife and kid are lamenting. Yeah. So obviously this satellite is now destroyed. It blew up. Yeah, it blew up. But you remember I said if we see a certain cards, it could show that it's deliberate. And one of the cards I said was what? The Knight of Swords. Look at that. There may be something to it. This is a card of war, of conflict, literally of going into war. Could well be the case. So I'm going to read it backwards, which, add my little flavor. I like to read it backwards. War in what context? So could this have been an experiment to test to see if they could blow up a satellite? And of course, you have to blow up your own one. Yeah, because otherwise, just to blatantly blow up someone's satellite would be a declaration of war in of itself. It literally would. There are certain rules around that. So it looks like, yes, there are some tensions there, intentions for military purposes. Yeah, look, do you see? Look, this card is wearing, look, armor. And that's why I said if the Knight of Swords shows up, it shows it could be deliberate. But this is to effect some kind of change or transformation, or to maybe trample someone or something underfoot. Obviously, if we're looking at this from the perspective of Russia, what do you reckon that country's been? Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. No prizes for guessing. Most likely the USA. They're working diligently and hard on this. So this is technology or stratagems that they've been hammering out, yeah, for quite some time. It's obviously a secret mission, yeah. It's a secret mission. No one's supposed to know this. But here, it's also, this is talking about Russia perhaps looking at its future security, wanting to get rid of someone or something, or cause some kind of transformation in order that it may feel more secure. Yeah. So that's why I like to read the cards backwards as well, because it can often clarify the story. So my instinct on that one is, yeah, maybe there's something to it for entertainment purposes only. All right. Duck L'Orange. Yeah, Duck L'Orange. Actually, if I go here at the top of the chat, actually, I remember someone is saying, oh, what's this? Oh, look, someone's saying here, oh, Mary's saying, so this was an early comment that you left. Always look forward to the energy of Thursday Fry Up. It seems like your energy is extra turned up. The shows are so good that I not only watch live, but will watch the replay 2 to 3 times. Oh, mwah, you darling. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mary. That's wonderful. Yeah, it is a bit more amped up, a bit more off the leash on this one. A little bit naughtier as well, I think. What's someone saying here? Love the channel. Could you please read on the long-delayed presidential immunity decision? Oh, my God. All right, let's quickly squeeze one in. As you've heard me say before, now remember, Pluto is in Capricorn, deals with what? Top-down structures, hierarchies and stuff like that, old institutions. The Supreme Court obviously has been there for a long time, and it's an appointment for life. It's a top-down structure. They obviously think they're better than everyone else. Maybe one or two of them are nice, but we've seen the douchebaggery, but the corruption, yeah? The corruption. Pluto in Capricorn. Corruption of institutions. Big business. Infrastructure breaking down, yeah? Look at all the derailments that there have been. The bridge, you remember the bridge with the tanker that pretty much blew up, or knocked one of the in what is it, Baltimore. Wow. All right, let's quickly pull on this one. So what was it again? God, I've already forgotten the love the channel. Could you please read on the long delayed? Right, yeah, that's it, the immunity oh gosh, honestly, these people. Alito with his flags upside down and all of his BS. All right, let's see. Let's do a read on that. I wasn't planning to read on that. And let's, no. I'll do 3 cards. Because it's a quickie. Oh, this is so interesting. All right, here we are. We've got the King of Swords here, which of course deals with legalities, etc., stuff like that. Judges, yeah. So we know we're talking about the Supreme Court, but look, it's the men. It's the men that are the issue. Look at this, the Lovers, which is about making consequential choices, but it also deals with partnerships as well. So trade, import, exports, goods, services, but also deals with contracts. They have a contract with Duck L'Orange. I'm not joking, they really do. And then we got the Queen of Wands here, and I think this is, I think that's Ginny Thomas. I think it's Ginny Thomas. It could also be Alito's wife and stuff like that. So basically, look, they have a contract, an unwritten contract with Duck L'Orange. Like I said, they want to help him. I remember when I said that years ago, that seemed controversial. People were like, are you sure, Hoagie? Come on, it's pretty obvious now. So they're going to drag their heels, isn't it? Because justice delayed is justice denied. Let's see. Can someone say in the chat when they are due to make this decision? But my whole thing is that they're just going to try and drag it out. They're going to try and drag it out as long as possible. The election's not far away. I think that's what they're just doing, playing for time to help out, Duck L'Orange. Because think about it. If they were to announce now and say that he is liable, yeah, he doesn't have immunity, then that's that. Kibosh, isn't it? He's obviously going to be tried. It will go to trial. But what they may do is this. They'll delay it as long as they can. Yeah, they're already delaying it already. Wouldn't surprise me if they delay it further. And they'll do something. When they make the decision, they might be like, well, it has to be sent back down to this court, which will then use up another bit of time. By that point, we'll be on the cusp of the election. So it could be the case that they find him not immune. But then, of course, if he were to get into power, what would he do? He'd just pardon himself. So either way, I'm sorry, guys. I know it's not. I know it's not something people want to hear, but as you know, I stay true to myself, to my channel, and what I read, and I've been very consistent on this, and I've been saying for ages, they are corrupt. They are corrupt, and they're trying to help Duck Larange. And I said he would get help from the judiciary. Look at Eileen Cannon and all of her stuff. But you can see, look at the appeals court. They helped him out. He's got Jupiter in his 10th house, yeah, which is a lucky planet, yeah? Just saying. Anyway, right. Denise Ferguson asks, Trump is set to get the Republican nomination in July. Will he get full support, or will there be episodes of resistance or shenanigans during the convention? Let's have a look. Duck Larange. Will he get things all of his own way, or will there be mishigas? So let's see what the cards bring. Obviously, if he gets the Tower, there could be some unexpected stuff. Remember as well, Liz Cheney hasn't given up, by the way. I'm sure she's got a few more tricks up her sleeve. Oh, a card fell out. I'll show you what that is in a minute. Sums it all up. This card that fell up sums up the whole of the GOP. I think all the politics at the moment, to be honest. All right, let's see. The convention. He's set to get the nominee, but will it be smooth, or will there be some flies in the ointment for Duck Larange? I think the first card is also talking about the reading, about the energy of the debates tonight. Let's have a look to see what else is there. Oh, all right. This is interesting. Now, remember, this is the card that fell out. Seven of Cups. Illusions and delusions. Surprise, surprise. Look, they're bonkers. Yeah, they're just absolutely... They're bonkers. Like I think Liz Cheney was saying the other day, they're saying no one, only the most crazy of the crazy actually believe anything that Trump says. They're just looking after their own you-know-whats. But this is the illusion and delusion and the confusion. So this is showing that the convention, you know, I don't think it's necessarily going to be straightforward. And remember as well, this card also came out for the debates tonight. Do you remember I said something weird might happen in these debates? You never know, it could pass without incident, but I don't know. Just have a feeling. Anyway, look. So this shows as well how the GOP / RNC are completely discombobulated in terms of what to do about Duck Larange, yeah? Because he is a convicted felon, and that would still be a precedent, you know, for them. This has never happened before. So it shows, yes, there is some confusion, but it's not just that. It's also about choices. There are people that aren't sure, yeah, you know, where this could potentially lead. We look here, though. Here we've got the Knight of Wands. Yeah, so this is about passion, rising up, etc., all of this kind of stuff. Technically, we could actually say it was the obstacle position, because really that was the first card that fell out. So this would be the second one. And I think this is the case of them not being able to move on from Trump, because this card is all about speed, yeah, speed going forward. But if it's reversed, it's the opposite. It's like the spanner in the works. And it also deals with immaturity, infantilism, and being impulsive, making the poor decisions. Yeah, so really that really does describe the GOP, particularly when it's combined with that. So they're bonkers. Yeah, they're absolutely crackers. They're completely infiltrated by nutbaggery and stuff like that. Not that there aren't crazy people in other parts of politics. In fact, most people that go into politics are a little bit loopy-loo anyway. Or if they start out good at the start, they tend to be a bit crazy by the end. But with the GOP, it's very extreme, which we've all seen. If we look here, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. These are the donors, yeah? So the Knight of Pentacles is the slow and steady knight, the loyal knight. So this will be those that are loyal to Duck Larange, but also as well, let's not forget, this is also the card that can deal with the mercenary. So those that are loyal to Duck Larange are also his mercenaries, yeah? And they're just kind of plodding along. It's a bit either because they don't have any other imagination or they can't see any other way for them to go forward but just to stick with him. Yeah. However, look, 8 of Wands. Things start speeding up, moving rapidly. So again, this would talk, maybe not necessarily unexpected, but there's going to be a lot of pace. I think his nomination, how smooth it will be, will depend on how well he does tonight, which of course is after this show. So I think that's happening. It's happening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, isn't it, on CNN? I'll probably be asleep by that point because, you know, I need to get myself to bed, but you never know, I might watch it. So yeah, at the convention, yes, things, you know, things could move quickly. But look at this. We've got someone or something walking away. Now, is this the party about to abandon Duck L'Orange? I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I mean, it would be a coup. It really would be quite surprising if the party walked away from Trump. They certainly had enough opportunities and they've not done so yet. So, but I think maybe some people could voice their concerns. He'd probably still get it. And then the clarifier we could look at is the sun, yeah, which is full illumination, etc. and stuff like that. But it is a positive card. So I'm going to say I think he's still going to get it, but there will be some that have misgivings. They may cause some issues, yeah, make the situation move faster, but there'll still be the donors, yeah, the people that give the donation from home, but also the big money backing. They can't really move on for Trump anyway because they're completely delusional. So I think I'd be very surprised if he doesn't win the nomination, but there are people that have their misgivings. It doesn't necessarily mean he'll be heckled, but there might be a rougher element there to it. It may not be as smooth as he would like. Let's see. Oh gosh. Oh, I've only got a few minutes left. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to read on Bolivia. I'll do 3 cards and then I'll squeeze in the read on who's going to be president. All right. So Nick Mixers asks, there was an attempted coup in Bolivia led by an army general today. Wow. Although unsuccessful, what does the astrology and cards show for their future, especially as a number of South American countries lean towards Russian influence? Yes. So just to reiterate again, and I've put here in the notes, everything is moving to the right in general. Yeah. Dictatorships and all of this authoritarianism, yeah, is becoming the vogue. But also as well, we can use this energy to transform ourselves. So when you change yourself, you change the world. Remember that. All right, let's pull 3 cards. Bolivia. What's going on there? Wider South and Central America. Let's have a look. Because remember as well, we've got Javier Milei in Argentina. We had, what's his name? Is it Bolsonaro? He's back in, but he just came out with some very conservative stuff. But anyway, oh dear. All right, South America. But look, I think this is really talking about Bolivia. Look, so that's the attempted coup. Yeah, someone on the hill trying to fight everyone off. So this was someone trying to forcibly take power. Yeah, forcibly take power, but they failed. Yeah, we can see here they failed. Yeah, got, you know, literally they failed, got stabbed in the back or whatever. So the coup didn't succeed. And then the outcome card, look, is the Ace of Pentacles. So actually, you know what? This could be a turnaround, a financial turnaround for Bolivia. So look at that. Unexpectedly quite positive there in the end. Sometimes very simple and concise. All right. This is a question that's come in here from Manuela Orchid. And she says, hi, Hoagie. My question would be, if the election in the USA is if the election in USA in November, if it could be a totally different person might be elected than the one we always hear about, maybe much younger. Thank you, much love, Manuela. Now look, that might seem pretty out there, but remember what I said, yeah? For 2024, I said expect the unexpected. I said political earthquakes. We're just about to have the Tories eviscerated and hopefully destroyed completely. Maybe not completely. And we're on the cusp of potentially having a 28-year-old become the Prime Minister of France. Do you think that all of the surprises are going to stop there? No, I don't think so. We are in historic times, guys. Historic times. But let's just see. Let's just entertain the question. If the cards are bombastic, we get the Tower or the Devil, yeah, then, you know, or Death, you know, it could show a transformation. If we get the Seven of Cups, then this could show that the result of the election may not be known for a while. But if, oh, look at this, look what fell out. But if the cards are more positive, then it could be more, you know, it's be Biden or Trump, yeah. Anyway, look, here we are, Sword of Truth. All right, so that fell out, so that's symbolizing the reading. Let's have a look. All right. Will it be Trump or Duck? No, will it be Duck Orange or Biden or someone else entirely? Might seem like a controversial question, but when I look at the astrology, and particularly when I look at that 8-planet stellium in sidereal Pisces on March 29th, 2025, you know, that's soon after the president would have been sworn in, technically, isn't it? On January 17th, it normally is. So let's have a look. Oh, oh, well, look at this. Look at this. How interesting. Remember, the first card that comes up symbolizes what the reading is all about. Joe Biden showed up. Looks like he's still got it in him somehow. Look, we know, as we all know, this card is associated with Biden. I picked with my eyes closed, and I just say what I see. The King of Cups. So straight away, Biden's shown up. This is a positive card. Now, with the second card, which is normally the obstacle position, however, remember I said it depends on the context. If it's also a positive card, it's not an obstacle. Look what's there next. Ooh, 10 of Cups. So we can see happiness here, joy, happiness, relief, and the family's playing. So that, again, is very positive, isn't it, for Biden? However, look, in the middle, now the other cards hang off this. Look, this is the embattled campaigner. So it's not going to be completely smooth sailing. Yeah, it's not going to be completely smooth sailing. Biden's going to have to fight. Yeah, he might feel battle weary. I think he's probably feeling quite tired, and, you know, just with the sheer effort. Imagine, you know, trying to become re-elected as president again. So it shows here battle weariness. I think the election is going to be an ordeal, but this is also the survivor, the person that gets through it. Look at the next card. Celebration. Yeah, a sense of celebration, happiness. This is probably relief. And then the outcome card is the card of what? Collaboration, unity, working with others. So I have to say what I see, isn't it? That looks pretty good for Biden. However, it is a bit choppy in the middle. So there's going to be a few bumps and knocks to the head. But when you take into account those other cards, very, very positive. And the Ace of Swords fell out, which, of course, is a truth card and a yes card. So it's looking to me, from this reading, it seems to favor Biden, doesn't it? I mean, you never know. Like I said, don't underestimate that Duck Orange. Never. The second you underestimate him, that's it. You get shafted. Yeah. But looking at those cards, that is looking pretty positive, isn't it, for Mr. Biden there? So I wish him luck, of course, in his debate tonight. It's going to be very interesting. The hour has gone in an absolute flash. In fact, I'm slightly over. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined me. Vivian saying for entertainment purposes only, of course. And then Angela saying Ducky is done. No more duck left. We have to see. Let's have a look. But those cards, can't argue with those cards. I just say what I see. Looks very, literally, Biden showed up, turned up. What's this here? Someone's saying SCOTUS released a number of decisions today, probably to pull attention away from the debates tonight. They'll probably release another one tomorrow, depending on how bad Trump does in the debates. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree with you. Look, I will leave it. What's it? Oh, someone's saying here, Rose is saying, hi, Hogarth. I've never delved into astrology before, but I absolutely love your readings. What would be a good beginner book to start off with? Don't encourage me. This, of course, my book. Look, forgive me. Like, I mean, like, if you're asking which book to start off with, yeah. So, look, the Candid guide, the Candid Guide to Neo-Vedic Astrology. So that will ground you in everything. I cover the lot, and it's not just your planets and whatever planets are people. I cover your family, your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, husband, wife. Yeah, all in there. So try do that first, because what that will do is it will just ground you in everything. Yeah, ground you in everything. But thank you for asking the question and give me another opportunity to plug there. But you did ask. What else was I going to say, folks? If someone says to me, what is a good beginner book to start off with? My one, obviously. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me this evening. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Let's see what happens in the debate. So get your popcorn ready, get your coffee ready, get your food in, and all of that kind of stuff. Fingers crossed. Yeah, hopefully Biden will do well. But obviously, Duck L'Orange is going to come out firing as well. One thing I want to see Biden do, he has to just bring up the court cases. January 6th, the whole shebang, the dirt and the gubbins. I don't want him to play Mr. Nice Guy tonight. No. This is not the night for Mr. Nice Guy, because you think Duck L'Orange is going to play nice, and he gets the last word as well. So he's going to save, obviously, all of his fireworks for the end. So it's going to be very interesting, but I still think there might be something strange that happens. But let's see. Let's just hope that that's not relevant in terms of the cards. But it already is a bit unusual because there's no audience. Anyway, I will leave it there. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. Press the bell notification and don't forget to share. And if you would like to support but you're not able to donate, then just watch an ad, count to 11 seconds. That would be wonderful. Thank you as well to everyone who got the book and has left wonderful reviews. It's so appreciated. Thank you so much. And gosh, before I forget, don't forget as well, I have my retreat. So still 1 or 2 places left for Santa Fe, but the cutoff is July 7th. So you need to get in on there before July 7th. And of course, Costa Rica is open. That's in January. I know it's early yet, but get yourselves in. If you want nighttime forest walks with jaguars, and well, they'll be around, obviously, but we'll have guides and stuff. All of the animals, eco forest, chocolate factory, how it's grown, San Jose, the whole shebang. Then you can join that. Anyway, I will leave it there lest I go on forever. Thank you so much, everyone, for all the support. Big love. And you will see me next on Hogarly on Saturday. All right. So bye-bye for now.